The government shutdown continues for another day with no end in sight. Folks, this thing is going all the way through November because nobody in Congress is coming together to pass a budget. And what does this mean? Well, it is now starting to be felt by the economy and also by individuals who've never taken government welfare and never expected for this government shutdown to truly impact them. And what do I mean? I mean travelers. Air travel, as you probably heard, has been decreased by 10% by the FAA. That's right, 10% of flights have been canceled nationally by the FAA. But they didn't cancel enough, and you're going to find out why. 81% of air traffic controllers decided not to show up in one day alone in New York City. Air traffic controllers across the nation are continuing to call out, just not at that same level. Then you get to the TSA agents. Nationally, 10% of TSA agents are calling out. That's right, 10% every single day. And by the way, this is only going to get worse as checks continue not to come in the month of November. Then you get to the facilities and maintenance that help airlines go up and airplanes go up in the air. 30% of them in New York City alone have been either closed or are working at suboptimal levels because they can't find and pay staff to do the work. What's this impact going to be on the airlines industry and also on tourism industry in general? Well, for the airlines, they're losing about $1 to $2 billion every single week that this government shutdown continues to go on. Tourism industry, well, if the tourism industry as a whole, which includes airlines, ends up not functioning at maximum capacity in November, if they just have a 15% decrease, which by the way, probably isn't enough since we've already decreased the number of flights by 10%, but if it's a 15% decrease in the number of flyers, this equates to a $14 billion hit to the tourism industry in November alone. Guys, this is going to trickle down to tons and tons of workers who didn't think they were going to be impacted by this government shutdown. So what needs to happen? Well, Congress needs to get back together and pass a budget so America can get back to work. Let's hope.